What's going on, guys? This is Greg. Welcome to the bunker. And I'm just going to do a quick video about my Get Home bag and my SHTF shit hit the fan without rule of law WROL survival bag. So the main philosophy behind this bag is this is the bag that I would wear if I got stuck in a city somewhere, or if I'm far away from home. If I'm going, let's say more than 10 miles from home or 20 miles from home, any distance greater than that, I'm going to want to have this bag with me. This bag is designed to be universal, so I can take it basically in any situation, any climate. I have it set up for the winter right now. There's some minor things in here that would change in the summer. Instead of hand warmers, let's say, I would have some bug spray, 100% DEET bug spray. But basically the philosophy behind this bag is that it's for a SHTF event. Let's say I'm working somewhere and I'm in a city, something happens and I need to get home. This is going to be the bag that's going to help me get home. It's got food, water, tools, essential tools, survival stuff. So this is what I would want. Let's see, what else can I say? This is basically just a get home bag. So let's just get started. This is a Maxpedition Condor 2 backpack. I'm not going to really spend too much time going into the specs of it. You could look it up online. I got it in an olive green color, olive drab. It's not too big, I like that. I don't want it to be too big. It weighs about, I don't know, maybe 20-25 pounds, the load that I have right now. Your get home bag and your survival bag, you don't want it to be too monstrous. You just want it to be nice and compact, just enough so you could fit all your essentials. You don't really want it like a massive backpack, because it's going to be hard for you to move around and get through tight spaces. So, so this is what it looks like. I got some pouches on here. I'll show you in a little bit my, different pouches. It's definitely a very good bag. So I'm going to break down the contents right now. Let me just take it off for you guys. Alright guys, so down here in the bunker, I don't really have good lighting, so forgive me for that. I just got this little desk light here, so hopefully it'll be enough. I'm just gonna give you a quick, I'm gonna move the bag around from different angles and just give a little spinaroonie for you guys. So the straps are nicely padded. It's got these load lifters here, so I can cinch the bag closer to my back. This is just like all Maxpedition products. It's 1000 denier Cordura nylon, or 1000 denier ballistic nylon. It's got these, forget who makes these buckles. This is UTX buckles. They're very high quality buckles. That's what in your get home bag, you want them to be nice. You want your buckles to be high quality. You want your straps to be nice and sturdy, because if one of these straps breaks, you don't want to have, that would be bad. If one of these buckles breaks, one of these connection points here snaps, you're not going to be able to carry your pack anymore. So you want to get something high quality with some type of name brand buckles like UTX, ITW Nexus, Duraflex. You want your zippers to be YKK. All right, and preferably, you want at least 500 denier Cordura is what you want for your get home bag. Most of my packs are 500 denier Cordura, but this is my SHTF bag, so I want it to be as I want it to be 1000 denier, which is like, this is basically what the military uses, 1000 denier nylon. So I want it to be bomb proof. So this is just the back here. There's 2 drain holes here on the bottom. you know, right here, and the drain holes are just, there's a pouch right here, you know, so that's just to drain it out. So this is the olive green color. One thing that's important is all your straps. You want to manage your straps. You don't want to have any loose straps, you know. So I have these strap keepers in multicam. You know, I got them on Amazon. I don't know who makes them, but you don't want loose straps flopping around. Number one, because it's just annoying. They can get caught on something. You know, you don't want to have like a loose strap. It's going to be, you know, dangling around like this as you're walking. You know, as you see it, it kind of dangles. You know, you don't want it to be dangling around. And then secondly, you know, these straps, when they dangle like this, you know, people could see that. You know, if there's somebody, you know, watching you or trying to surveil you. You know, if you're walking around, especially at night, you know, with shadows from the moon or shadows from the sun, you know, when you have all these, let's say you're walking and you have all these straps are all flapping around, it's just not it's gonna stand out. It's an unnatural thing. You know, in nature or in the environment, nothing moves like that, you know. So I'll just give you a quick spinaroo here. It's got molly webbing on the sides. I got a pouch here. This is a utility pouch. So I just have some quick access items in here. This pouch is made by a Polish company called Helicon Tex. It's in the Polish woodland camo. I really like this camo. It's like a kind of like the American U.S. Army woodland, but it's a little bit darker. See if I could show you. It's sort of like the American U.S. Army woodland, but it's darker. It uses dark, you know, like more earthy tones, which I like that, you know. So let's see, what else could I show you? I got these. I just got this at Home Depot. These are 180 pound rated clips. And what I do is I just clip the zippers together here, so you know they can't unzip on me. Let's say like I'm walking and this zipper gets caught on like a stick or a fencing or some kind of debris. I don't want it to get caught, and then I'm gonna walk and it's gonna open up, you know. So I got two of them, you know, just to keep everything secure, you know. I don't want these to open up on me. Let's see. All the stuff that I need quick access to, I have on the outside. I have my fire kit right here. This is my fire kit. And then down here, I just have a dump pouch. Let me show you. Down here, I just have a dump pouch. If I want to, you know, let's say I'm collecting tinder for a fire or some kindling, you know, I can open this pouch up. It's just a dump pouch, you know, and I can put stuff in here. You know, it's good size. You know, you can. It's probably about. Well, let's see. I could fit. You know, probably about 10 inches or so. You know, it's pretty wide. You know, you can put a lot of stuff in here. So, you know, it's also good if you find some resources along the way. If you got some resources along the way, let's say you find some, aside from fire making stuff like tinder or kindling, if you find some resources, whatever, miscellaneous resources along the way, or if you, let's say you catch a squirrel or a couple of squirrels, you can throw them in here, you know, and you can tie it up. I got these, here you just got drawstring here with some paracord, and you can cinch it down. And then you got Velcro to keep it closed, you know. So definitely recommend like some kind of a dump pouch, because you never know if you need to. You know, have some storage, extra storage space. Because if your pack is full, you know, you're not going to have a place to store it, you know. And this is just the Maxpedition dump pouch. It's just this. I think this is the mini one or the standard one. I can't remember. So yeah, it's good to have a small dump pouch. What I like about this pack is on the bottom, it's got these straps here. You know, what I would use this for is if it's in the winter time, I could attach, let's say I'm hiking or I'm walking, you know, let's say I'm making my way back home, or I'm, you know, trekking somewhere, and, you know, I start to warm up. I can take my winter coat off and I can strap it to the bottom here, and I don't have to worry about it, you know, or any kind of extra layers. You know, I can strap it to the bottom, you know, even if like I have to take a shirt off or take an extra layer off, I can strap it to the bottom. You know, some people use it also for a bedroll or something. I got these Grimlocks here. I got this is like a 5,000 pound rated, you know, D-ring for climbing. It's a climbing carabiner, you know, in case I need to improvise a you know, if I need to climb somewhere, I can improvise a Swiss seat from some cordage, and I can use this for, you know, to rappel. It's always good to have this clip here. You never know. There's a lot of uses for it besides climbing. So I'll just give you a look at the pack real quick. So the key here is you want to keep your most important things on the outside. You know, you want the most important stuff on the outside of the pack so you can access it quickly. So let's see. So I'll give you guys one last look at the pack from the outside. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It weighs about, I don't know, I think 20, maybe 25 pounds, I would say, so it's pretty light. So I'm going to start breaking this down now, and I'll go through everything that I have in here. Alright guys, so I'm going to break down all the contents that I have in here, alright? So first in the back here, you know, I want my quick access stuff in the back. So in the back here, I got 2 pairs of flex cuffs, and you know, you could use this for many things, but I primarily have them, I have these primarily for in case I gotta do a citizen's arrest on somebody or detain someone who's, you know, a danger to me or someone else. I can use these, you know, if it's, let's say, I'm witnessing some type of a crime, you know, a violent crime, and I gotta restrain someone. You know, these flex cuffs are perfect for that. I can also use this if I want to rig up a shelter. These have like a, I think they're like a 500 pounds breaking strength. So, you know, they got multiple uses besides just, you know, detaining someone. But it's good to have. You never know when you got to detain someone, especially in an SHTF situation. If you know, if you don't have experience with doing that, I don't recommend it. But you know, I've detained people before using you know, handcuffs, you know, so I have experience with that, you know. But you want to also know your local laws, you know. Every state is different. They have different laws on, you know, citizens arrest and detaining people, so just be familiar with your state laws, you know. But I'm familiar with my state laws, and so it's good to have, you know. You never know when you're going to need them. Alright, so see, I'll open this up here. And here I just got this, it's like a polyester zipper pouch. It's like for money. They call it, like, you know, like a money bag. Basically, you know, you could buy these on Amazon. They have like a nice, they're like a nice material, very durable. They're good to have, you know, especially for your get home bags or your bug out bags. I probably got this for like, I don't know, I got like a 5-pack or 3-pack for like $15 on Amazon. If you go on Amazon and just look up polyester money bags, you know, you'll get these. I forget the size. I think it's like 12 by 5 or something like that. These are normally used by banks or by retail companies to store money in them. But because they're nice and durable, you know, I use this to keep my maps in here. I have other stuff in these bags just to keep them, if I want to keep something contained so I don't have loose stuff all over my pack. So in here, I just have 2 maps. I got, these are 1 by 4 million maps. I got USA, the entire USA, and then I got my region, which is Northeast. What is that? New York and Great Lakes, Northeast. You know, I'm in New York. These are made, I got these actually at Barnes & Noble. They're about $10 each. It's made by Borch. These are very high quality maps. They also have like detailed maps of various cities. So like the Northeast one, it's got Washington D.C., New York City, Boston. You know, it's got all the major cities. It's very durable. It says here you can write on it. You know, so I have a grease pencil in my pack that I could use to mark this if I wanted to, and then I could just wipe it off. It's very durable. These are the most recent version. I got them last year, so they're, you know, the material's nice and thick, you know, and it's waterproof. So I just have these maps. All right, it's good to have maps. And then obviously I have maps of my detailed area as well. Right now I don't have them because you know, I just don't need them right at this moment. I'm not traveling anywhere far from home. But you also want to have detailed maps of your area, you know, topographical maps. I just got these Kevlar gloves here. I got these on Amazon. They have a leather palms. They got leather palms, and the back is Kevlar. These are cut resistant. So you know, these gloves would be very useful if I'm you know, if I'm working in an urban environment. Let's say I have to break a glass window to gain entry somewhere. If I got to break a window, you know, you don't want to have your hands cut open. That could be catastrophic, you know. So these gloves are very good in an urban environment. I could use these for climbing. I could use these for any type of chores. They got the leather palm. I got these on Amazon, I think, for like $15, you know, and it's high quality. I think this is level 3 Kevlar. So it's one of the higher strength Kevlars, you know, so it can resist, you know, even knife cuts. You know, if I was to cut this with a knife, it would be pretty resistant to that. Let's see if I can adjust this light here. All right, so that's basically it. Just some gloves, and yeah, that's all I got in this pouch. And moving along here, I got the fire pouch here. This is just a Condor gadget pouch. In here, I have a tube of stormproof matches. I have like 20 stormproof matches. This is an aluminum container, you know, so it protects them. It's got striker surface on the bottom. It's got spare strikers inside, and it also has inside. It has a striker as well on this part right here. You see the striker? So it's got a striker on the bottom, striker inside. Got a few spare strikers in here, and then, you know, I got my stormproof matches, UCO stormproof matches. This is the I think the company that makes this is called Exotac. This is just like an aluminum, high quality aluminum case, you know, and it's waterproof. It's got an O-ring seal on it, so it's waterproof. It's got nice knurling here, so you get a good grip on it. It's got a if I want to tie this to something, or, you know, clip it onto something, you know, if I want to clip this onto like a keychain or some kind of keychain keeper, you know, it's definitely good to have. Inside the pouch, I have multiple ways to start a fire, but inside the pouch, I'll show you what it looks like inside. If you could see, in the back of the pouch here, I have this Ultimate Survival Technologies electric starter. Basically what you do is you just pop it open. There's a button on the back. This is a rechargeable battery. It's charged by a micro USB port here on the bottom. So that's always good to have that, you know, electronic charging capability. And you just push the button. I'll show you. And these are electrodes, and there's an electric arc that comes through. I'll show you. Ready? Let's see the arc? So you can use this for a lot of, you know, it's good to have different ways to start a fire. You know, so I got this one. I have some spare strikers for my stormproof match case, and some spare O-ring in here. Then I got this is just a Bic lighter, and this is this Exotac Bic lighter holder. It's got a thing on the bottom here if you want to, or on the top, if you want to, you know, tie it to a keychain, or whatever. You clip it to something. You got this bottom part is made of rubber, so you get a good positive grip on it. You know, it's not gonna slip out of your hand. This is a hard plastic cap which protects the top of the lighter. You know, so this protects the button from getting depressed when it's inside your pack. You know, the last thing you want to do is have big lighters in your pack and some weight is going to sit down on the top here and keep it depressed, and all your gas is going to come out. So the cap protects it, and then also there's a rubber here. If I wanted to, let's say I want to keep this lighter on for a long time, I can lift this there's a cut here. See this cut? And I can lift the rubber and put it over the button here, and it'll keep it going for a long period of time if, let's say, I have to start like a very difficult fire, you know. So that's basically that. And then I got a spare ferro rod striker in here. And these ferro rod strikers, they have 5 centimeter markings on them, or 50 millimeters, either way. It's got a 1 by 100,000 ruler here for your map. If you have a 1 by 100,000 map, you know, this will mark your kilometers, just so you guys know. On a 1 by 100,000 map, 1 centimeter equals 1 kilometer, you know. So just keep that in mind if you want to measure distances on your map. All right, so let's see what's next. So I got that. Just gonna put this back in here, put everything back. You know, I don't want to lose anything, so just give me a second as I put everything back. Hang on, guys, this should take about a minute or so. Put my maps away here. Flex cuffs. You know, you want to keep your flex cuffs and your maps in a location that's, you know, quick access, you know, because if you gotta use them, you know, you don't want to have to dig through a bunch of stuff in your pack, you know. So you want quick access, especially flex cuffs. Again, check your local laws if you're going to use flex cuffs. I don't endorse any, I'm not condoning any, you know, for you to detain anyone. This is just my personal bag. You know, I'm not condoning, I'm not advocating anybody to use flex cuffs if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know your law. You know, the last thing you want to do is illegally detain someone. You know, you can go to jail for that, so just be wary of that. So we'll start on the outside. So here's my, got this utility pouch in here. Let's see if I can get a better view here. So you guys can see. Alright, so here I got my utility pouch on the outside. Polish utility pouch. Stuff I need quick access to. I got some fat wood sticks. I got like 4 or 5 sticks here, rubber banded together. And this I could use if I have to make a fire. If I have to start a fire, this will light very easily. I can either light the whole stick with my lighter. I could just hold the lighter to the end of it. Or, you know, if I want to really save these, or if I can use these as tinder, what you do is you just take your knife and you just scrape off some shavings from the stick. you don't need that much, you know, just a little pile, you know, maybe like a 1-inch pile of shavings, and then you can spark it with your ferro rod, you know, or you can, you know, you could light it with a lighter or whatever. So it's always good to have some fatwood sticks, you know, five fatwood sticks. This would last me a long time. I mean, even just one fatwood stick, you know, you don't really need that many shavings, you know, you just shave off a little bit, you know, so definitely good to have fatwood sticks. I got 4 of these stakes. See if you can see, these are just stakes. They're probably about, I don't know, 7 inches long, steel stakes. And what I could use this for is primarily if I want to rig up a shelter with my poncho. But also I could use this to gather water. If what I can do is I can dig a hole or find like a depression. I can unfold my poncho, and then I could stick these in the corner of the poncho, of each corner of the poncho, and push it down so the water, and then so if it's raining or if there's condensation, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall into that depression or whatever, the little hole that I dug. So, you know, that's basically it. I got this 50. This is 50 feet of some paracord, 550 paracord, military grade. This is legitimate paracord. When you buy your paracord, you want to make sure you get it from a good source, because there's a lot of paracords out there that they're not using good materials, and they're not actually 550 cord. They're, you know, they may be rated to like 200 or 300 pounds. You know, like if you get it some you know, less known company. So, you know, just make sure that you get a good brand, you know, when you buy your paracord. Then here I just got some these are just some wire cutters or mini bolt cutters. They're made by a company called Nipex. You know, and basically what I would use this for is primarily if I got to cut through a fence or, you know, some kind of barbed wire. You know, this can cut through a fence pretty easily. It's small. You know, I could also use this for a lot of other things. I mean, wire cutters are so useful if you got to cut some metal, you know, or any kind of, these are basically mini bolt cutters, you know. So I highly recommend, you know, some kind of wire cutters. Then last but not least is just the folding shovel. You know, I got this for $2 at Dick's Sporting Goods. And, you know, this folding shovel, it's pretty self-explanatory. You could use it for a lot of things. My primary use for this shovel would be if I got to dig a hole for a fire to conceal my fire, like a Dakota fire pit, if I want to make a Dakota fire pit, or just, you know, even just digging a hole in the ground to conceal the fire. Or also if I want to dig a hole so I could put my poncho in the hole, and then if it's raining or if there's condensation, you know, that it'll fill up that hole in my poncho, and it'll make like a little you know, water pool, and I can fill up my water. So it's good to have a shovel, you know, folding shovel. So I'm just gonna put all my stuff back here, back in the pocket. Got my things here. Alright, so let's see, moving on. I already showed you guys the dump pouch here before, so we'll start with the top here, top pocket. Let's see, I'll lower it a little so you guys can see the top pocket. Alright, got a little zipper here, and then I got some toe warmers. Got two pairs of toe warmers and just a pair of hand warmers. And in the summertime, I would switch that, take that out, and I would put 100% DEET, Sawyer 100% DEET. Just have a in here, I just have a military Lensatic compass made by Kamenga. Tritium Kamenga military Lensatic compass. It's definitely probably the best one of the best compasses you can buy. I highly recommend it. I've used this many times. It's made of aluminum. It's very high quality. Can't go wrong with it. It's tritium. You know, it's high quality. It's bomb proof. Just got it in this little pouch here, compass pouch, military compass pouch with a malice clip. So if I want to put this on my belt, you know, I can do that, or I can attach it to the MOLLE on the outside. But I like to keep it, you know, unless I'm using it regularly. Let's say I know that I'm going to be using this regularly, then I'll put it on my waistband. But otherwise, you know, I have a wrist compass I'll show you guys in a little while. And, you know, if it's like normal situations, I would just use the wrist compass most of the time. But, you know, it's good, always good to have a compass, you know. So that's just that. Let's see what else here. Got a spare box of 44 Magnum for my pistol. It's Hornady. It's Hornady 240 grain XTP. It's 1350 feet per second at the muzzle. So it's just 20 rounds. I'm probably gonna add another box. You know, I'm gonna add another box. So this will have 40 rounds plus. You know, I'll have you know, some extra in the pistol and some speed loaders. I got it's just some Purell hand sanitizer. You know, with the hand sanitizer, you can use this for a lot of things. First of all, you can obviously sanitize your hands, which is important. You know, if you're in a bug out situation, you know, your hands are going to get dirty. You want to be able to clean your hands, especially if you're going to be eating food. You know, your hands are going to get dirty. You can also use this to cleanse a wound. Let's say you cut yourself, you can use this to cleanse a wound. I mean, it's just alcohol. And also you can use this as a fire starter. Because it's alcohol, this will actually burn, you know, so you can use this as a fire starter. So it has multiple uses, you know, first aid, sanitary, and fire starting. You can also use this as like a bait for bathing, basically. You know, if you're out, you know, 2-3 days, you know, you're going to want to, you know, clean yourself, sanitize yourself. You can wipe your armpits down, you can wipe your groin, you know, critical areas. You could pump some in your hand and just wipe your armpits, or you know, wipe your groin. You know, you don't want to get dirty, you know. This way you don't smell. You don't want to smell like crap, because you're going to attract animals, you're going to attract people. You want to just be sanitary, so it's good to have, you know, some hand sanitizer. In here, I just got a spare flashlight. It's always good to have 2 flashlights in case one is broken. This is a Eagle Tac TX25C. It's a very nice flashlight. I'll do a review on this one. It uses it's very small, as you see. It's about maybe 3 inches, I would say. It's got a pocket clip here. It's got a button here. It's got 5 brightness settings. It's got 5 brightness settings, and it also has strobe, and uses one CR123 battery. It's got a magnetic tail cap is magnetic. You know, I have an extender tube for this one, so if I want to extend it out, like, you know, it'll hold 2 CR123 batteries, but you know, I want to have something small and handy. This is about 1,000 lumens on max power, and then on low power it's like 10 lumens, you know. So most of the time I'd use this on low power. If I'm just like hiking around, or if I want to check something in my pack, that's what I would use it for. So this is the Eagle Tac TX25C. Very good light. And I got just got some spare earplugs. You never know if you need earplugs for, you know, whatever reason. It's good to have earplugs. Got just some emergency space blanket. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can use this as for fire reflection. You could use it to keep you warm. You could lay it on the ground, and you can use it to prevent your body heat from being absorbed into the ground, and you can reflect your body heat back towards you. You can actually also use this to protect yourself from thermal somebody's observing you with thermal vision cameras, if you wrap yourself in Mylar, it'll block the infrared radiation that you conduct. So if you need to hide from thermal, this is always a good thing, you know. And it's pretty self-explanatory, you know. It's primarily just for keeping yourself warm and for fire reflection, but you know, for whatever reason, if you wanted to hide from thermal, you can use this as well. You can, you know, you can cover yourself with this. Let's say if you're sleeping at night and you want to protect yourself from observation, you know, you can cover yourself with that. And then I got some, just some chapstick. You know, you could use this for a lot of things. You know, obviously for your lips, but you can also use it as like a moisturizer. If you have some chafing in your legs or something like that, you know, it's always good to have chapstick. Then I got a aluminum capsule, waterproof aluminum capsule with a key ring. And then, you know, in here I just have some, you know, I just have some earplugs in here, you know, just to keep them from getting crushed. So got that waterproof capsule with the earplugs. So I got 2 earplugs. Then I just got these are just these straps here. I got these from rei.com. You know, they're probably about, I don't know, looks like they're about 3/4 inch thick, 3/4 inch wide. You know, just some 2 straps if I, you know, whatever, if I want to strap clothing to my backpack or strap some kind of object to my backpack, I got these spare straps. They're the buckles are ITW Nexus buckles. You can go on REI. If you go on REI, you could find these. These are probably about $7. Excuse me, $7 for these straps. All right, so let me just put everything back. Straps. Now another thing with your get home bag, you always wanna know where everything is. You know, you always want to know where everything is, because if you need something in a hurry, you know, God forbid you actually have to use it, you know, you're gonna want to know where everything is. You know, you don't want to like pack it and then forget about it, and then, you know, so you want to train with it. You want to practice carrying it. You know, you want to get familiar with it, you know what I mean? So that would be one of my biggest tips to you guys. You want to know where everything is and you want to practice with it. So then we'll go to the outside here. Let's see. So undo my buckle here. Alright. In this pouch out here, I got three red glow sticks made by Sialume. 6-inch glow stick, Sialume. See if I can get that on there. Sialume. 6-inch snap light, red. I got the red color, and then I got this military grade, military issue glow stick holder. And you know what I would use this for is let's say, you know, so I got 3 of these. These snap lights are rated for, I highly recommend these. They have like a hanger on the one side, so if you want to hang it from something, it has like a little fish hook here if you want to tie it to something. But they say 12 hours here. See, it says 12-hour red Sialume 6-inch snap light safety light stick, red 12-hour. You know, these also have like a long expiration. This one expires in 2019, so you want to make sure you also, in your get home bag, you want to make sure you check on everything periodically and throw out expired stuff. But even though these are rated for 12 hours, I've actually, you know, used these many times, and you know, these will last like 18 hours, even a whole day. They just get really dim after like 12 or 14 hours. They start getting really dim, but these will actually last, like, they won't totally fade out until maybe 18 hours or 12 hours. So this will last you a whole night and then some, you know. And then with the holder here, I could put the snap light in. And what I can do is I can use this to check on my maps. When I'm looking at maps, I don't want to leave a big signature, you know. And so the red light will be just popping through here. The light goes in here. I'll show you guys. You put your glow stick in here, and you know, you just get a little bit of red light coming through. So I can, if I want to look at my map, let's say my map is here, you know, I'll just look at my map with the light. It won't stand out from far away, you know, so I could check my map without giving off a signature. If I want to check something inside my bag, I need to get something. It's always very good. In here, I just have a poncho. It's got this nice pattern here. I can wear this poncho, I can wear it, or I can turn it into like a tarp, you know. It's got eye holes on every corner. It's very high quality. I got it at Amazon. It's got this fall type pattern. It's mostly like a brown with leaves, kind of similar to like a mossy oak or like a real tree pattern. You know, I like browns. I'm not a big fan of like greens or earth or flat dark earth. I like browns. I think browns are like the most universal color, you know. If you have like brown, any kind of shade of brown, it'll camouflage anywhere, you know. So that's just my poncho. In here I just got a emergency medical kit, and there's really not much in here. I got this cotton. This is not cotton. It's a canvas, you know, ditty bag. I got them on Amazon, like a 5-pack or 6-pack for like 10 bucks. You know, just look up canvas ditty bags on Amazon. In here, just have some potassium iodide, some iosat potassium iodide. This would be for a nuclear emergency. I would pop one of these pills every day, once a day, for as long as, you know, this is, let's see how many pills are here. This is I believe it's 10 pills. No, should be 4. This is enough for 2 weeks. I'll show you right here. Iosat. You can't see it, but 14 pills. You pop one of these per day. So this is 2 weeks. And what this will do is, if there's a fallout situation, if there's a nuclear attack, and I have to, you know, protect my thyroid, these will protect your thyroid. What they do is, your body will absorb the potassium iodide instead of the radioactive iodine. So it'll protect your thyroid, because what happens is your thyroid absorbs iodine and it hoards it. And if there's like a radiation emergency, your body's going to hoard the radioactive iodine, which is not what you want. So what you do is you saturate your thyroid with potassium iodide instead, and then your body won't absorb the radioactive version. So that's that. Let's see what else. I just have a little ace bandage here, you know, multiple uses. Just got a rolled gauze pad in here, CVS rolled gauze, sterile. It's flexible. It's 4 inches by 2 yards. All right, so just some gauze pad. Got some medical tape, adhesive tape, waterproof adhesive medical tape. It's 5 yards. CVS, it's 1/2 inch by 5 yards. All right. Then I just got some more gauze pads in here. You know, I got these. This is a 2 by 2 inch gauze pad, so a smaller one for smaller cuts, and then I got a 4 by 4 larger gauze pad. All right. Let's see what else. Got an organizer in here with the American flag. It's always good to you know, have some morale boost. So this is a condor organizer. So in here I just have just a blue pen. I got a China marker for marking a map. I got an industrial grade Sharpie if I gotta mark something. In the back here I have a Write in the Rain waterproof notepad. See if you can see. Write in the Rain all-weather notepad. Alright, in case I gotta jot something down, I gotta mark something, or I want to write something down so I don't forget. In the back here I just have some ranger beads. This is for pace counting. I gotta count my paces. Then in the back here, let's see what else do I have. It's a tritium, military grade tritium compass. And this is what I would primarily use. I can put this on my wrist. It's glow in the dark. It's tritium, so it's not glow in the dark, but it's radioactive, so it glows constantly. So this is what I would have this, you know, as my primary navigation. And then if I need to do some more fine tuning, some more detailed type of navigation, I got my lensatic compass, you know, the more detailed one in the back. And then in here I just have a pocket with a this is just a navigation square, and it just has if I want to mark routes on my map, it just has different graduations on the side here for different map scales. I can, you know, so it's just a map square, mini map square. All right, I'm just gonna put everything back now. Let's see. Definitely want to have some potassium iodide in your bag. It's definitely a good thing to have. Never know if there's a radiological emergency. You know, you definitely want to have a potassium iodide. Oh, and also, let's see, I forgot. I also got a bandana here. It's just a bandana. It's got multiple uses. I could tie this to my backpack and absorb rainwater and then squeeze it out, and I can get the rainwater. I could wear this. I could use this for water filtration. So many things for a bandana. Then I got a let's see what else. Got some face paint here. Let's see, Camo Compact, Hunter Specialties. I've been using their products ever since I was 16. They make good stuff. You know, it's just, let's see what colors. It's just brown, black, and green face paint with a mirror. You can also use this mirror for signaling. As you see, it reflects a lot. I can use this mirror to check my legs for ticks as well. So I can use this as a mirror for checking for ticks. I can also look around a corner. If I want to check around a corner, I can stick this around the corner, and I can see if there's anybody around the corner. So, you know, just some face paint, basic face paint. You know, you want to cover up your face. When you're using face paint, the general rule of thumb is that you want to use darker colors on the parts of your body that are exposed. So like your forehead, your cheekbones, your nose, you want to use darker colors. Those, because these are the areas that reflect light. Your cheekbones, your nose, your forehead. You want to put like your blacks and stuff like that. Your chin, and then your lighter colors would be like underneath your eyes, you know, other parts of your face that don't reflect light and they don't stand out. So you want to darken the parts of your face and the parts of your body that stick out, like your nose, your forehead, your chin. You want to darken those. You want to put your blacks and your browns on those parts, and then fill everything else in with your lighter colors, like your greens. And then I just have sharpening stone, spare sharpening stone. It's a Fallniven CC4. Fallniven CC4. It's a Swedish. This is just a ceramic stone. It's got a medium ceramic on one side and a fine ceramic on the other. I think it's like I think this side is like 1,000 grit, and then this one is like 400 or 600 grit. I can't remember. But it's just a basic ceramic sharpening stone. So, and then also here I got this keychain keeper here. And on the keychain keeper, I just have a red key light. So I would use this light for reading a map or checking my backpack if I want to check something in my backpack without using a big light. You know, I can also use this if I'm just walking around at night. It doesn't leave a big signature like a regular flashlight. You could see a regular flashlight from a long distance, but with this little key light here, it just lights up enough so you can walk and you can see in front of you You know, you can see like where you're walking, and somebody's not going to see it from far away. Also, the reason why I have my glow sticks in red and the key light in red is, you know, red is not as it's not as hard on your eyes. If you use white light, your eyes, the cones or whatever in your eyes, your pupils dilate when you use white light. But when you use red light, it doesn't affect your adaptation to the night. So, you know, you definitely want to try to use red as much as possible. And your white light, you want to just save that if you have to quickly illuminate something. Let's say there's a threat, you hear a noise, or you think there's somebody following you and you want to illuminate a certain area, you know, in a self-defense situation, then you obviously want your bright white light. But if you're just walking around in the, you know, at night, you want to always use red light, because your eyes won't get, your adaptation to the darkness won't get as affected by red light. And with this key light too, it's very efficient on battery. It has a very long life, and it uses those small, I think it's the 2032 quarter shaped batteries, you know. So I can keep a bunch of those quarter shaped batteries in this thing. I can keep this thing going for a long time. This is a photon. I got this at batteryjunction.com. It's a photon, if you want to look for it. It's a photon. This is like a high quality key light. This was actually like $15. It's waterproof and it's very rugged. It's like a heavy duty plastic here, and it's got this switch here so I can keep it at a constant on. And then also I have a UV light here. You know, if I want to see if you could see here, I'll shut the light off. Maybe you could see. I'll just test these out for you. So this is a UV light, see? UV lights are good if I want to check for blood trails, or if I want to check for any other kind of residues. I want to scan my area to see what's around me. The UV light will show me what's invisible to the normal visible spectrum of light. And this is the red light. As you see, it's, you know, it's good. It's very good. All right, so let me see here. Just put everything back. Bear with me a minute here. Just got to put everything back in. Hope you guys are. Oh, and also on this keychain, I got this little metal thing here, and I can use this to open up my malice clips with this, instead of, so I don't have to open my multi-tool or get the screwdriver out each time. I just use this. So it's good to have. Just hang out 1 minute. Oh, and I also have some tweezers. Forgot to mention tweezers. Got some tweezers in my emergency medical kit for pulling out ticks, primarily for pulling out ticks or splinters. So, you know, I want to have my medical kit and things that I need quick access to on the outside. That's why I have my gauze and my bandages and my medical kit out on the outside, and I got my organizer with my map tools and my notepad on the outside, which has also my, you know, wrist compass. You know, I want to have that on the outside so I can have quick access to it. I don't want to be digging around for my medical kit or my poncho. You know, I want to have quick access to it. Oh, did I forget something? Oh, and I also have a USB, micro USB, in case, you know, I want to, this is primarily for charging my ham radio. I have a ham radio. I can also use this to charge my electronic lighter or any kind of electronics, my cell phone. So I got that in here. It's always good to have. You never know if, you know, you have an opportunity to charge something. You know, it's probably unlikely, but, you know, you never know. If you have a way of charging it, you know, USB of some kind, you know, it's good to have that cable with you. You never know if you may find a way to charge it and then you're gonna be like, oh man, I wish I had a USB cable. You know, same thing with the red glow sticks. You know, I obviously picked red because, like I said, red is it's more of like a neutral color. It'll your eyes, it doesn't get, red is the best color for nighttime, because like I said, your eyes, they don't get messed up by the red light. All right, so let's just finish up this pocket, and then we'll move to the last pocket, which is the main pocket here. I also forgot to mention that I could use that poncho as like a camouflage, like a ghillie suit, because it's a camouflage. If I want to break up my outline, I can take the poncho and I can drape it over me, and it'll help me blend in, you know, especially if I'm sleeping at night. I want to cover my body, so I break up my outline, and then I could throw some leaves on top of me. If I want to make like a quick shelter, I could throw the poncho. I could lay down, throw the poncho on me, and then cover myself with leaves and sticks, and that'll keep my body heat in. Obviously, then I could also use my space blanket as well if it's really cold. And it'll also reduce my silhouette, so it'll break up my outline, so if somebody's trying to see me, I'm not going to stand out. And then obviously with these, another thing that you can do with your backpack is you can attach, people don't even realize, but you can attach branches into the molly here. This has a lot of mollies, a lot of places, the molly webbing. I can attach, you know, I can attach sticks and branches through here, so that'll break up the outline of my backpack. I can put branches in there. So that's just a little tip. So now we'll get to the main portion of the backpack here. It's the final portion. So first thing I got in here, this is a EMP Faraday bag. It's like a heavy duty mil-spec Mylar. It's very thick. It's Tech Protect. It's you can see it's U.S. military, made to U.S. military specs. What this will do is protect my my electronics in here. You'll see I have a Geiger counter, a radiation dosimeter, and I have a ham radio, and this will protect it from an EMP. So I'll just open it up for you. So this is just a Bofang. It's just a Bofang in here. Bofang UV5R. I can use this as a scanner, and I can also use it as a I can also use it for ham radio if I want to communicate with people and see what's going on out there. It's very good to have a ham radio. And this Bofang, it has a light on the top as well if I need like a little flashlight. So it's very good to have a ham radio. Like I said, I can monitor public safety frequencies, and I can also communicate with it when everything goes down. And here is just a Terra-P Geiger counter. I'll turn it on for you guys so you can hear it. See, it's monitoring. It's 0.12 microsieverts per hour, which is normal background noise. You can hear it. Listen. This is a nice dosimeter. It's Terra-P radiation dosimeter. They're out of Ukraine. I highly recommend this this dosimeter. It has like a hibernation mode, and what it does is you can set like a threshold level, and it'll stay off and it'll hibernate. If I don't touch any button here, it'll shut off after like 2 minutes or so, and it's just gonna go into hibernation mode, and it'll basically stay on, but it'll only, an alarm will sound once it crosses a threshold level. The alarm will sound like really loud alarm, and you know, this is good if like you set your threshold level and then you can keep it in your backpack, and like let's say if there's a nuclear spike of radiation, it's gonna turn on and make a lot of noise and alert you. So you know, and it comes with this waist thing here, so I could clip it to my belt. You know, it's like a little holder. So I recommend this Terra-P. Whoops, Terra-P. That's what it's called. You can hear it. Listen. It's at 0.12 microsieverts per hour. Alright guys, so another thing I forgot to show you was this little UV light, and I have that in one of my exterior pouches here. It's made by Jet Beam. So you can see Jet Beam. It's got a little pocket clip and a nice little lanyard here, so I can put it on my hand, you know. UV lights are very useful, especially if you want to scan an area. You want to check for any certain objects. You know, certain objects will stand out more in UV light. You know, certain things you may not see with a normal flashlight or with the naked eye. Especially like white colors, certain types of fabrics and certain materials, synthetic materials, blood trails, bodily fluids. You know, anything you can think of, you know, it'll stand out more in UV light. So sometimes it's good just to have a UV light. It's a lot of uses. You can also obviously detect if somebody's giving you fake money. So that's something that I keep in the small pouch in here. I forgot to show you guys, but that's gonna go in the outside pouch. Actually, I'll just put it in real quick right now. Just gonna put it in right now. Put it in the one of the holders here. It's a little bit tight. Hold on. Sometimes it's hard to find the hole. This isn't the first time I've had trouble putting it in the hole. If you know what I mean. Sometimes it happens, you know, sometimes it's hard to see. Okay. Alright, so I showed you my my Geiger counter, showed you the ham radio, Baofeng UV5R, got the EMP bag. You know, obviously after the EMP event I could probably discard this, but you know, it's good to have that EMP bag, you know, I definitely recommend it. So this is the main pack. The first thing I have on the outside is I got another one of these polyester money bags, and in here I just have food, and first I have a stainless steel spork, very high quality. It's made by, I think it's 5-star gear. See if you could see that, 5-star gear. So, you know, it's got a little serrated edge here. You know, you could even use this if you wanted to dig. You know, it's very thick. You're not gonna it's hard to bend. I mean, it's really high quality. Then I got a little pill in here with some pill bottle. This is just one of those waterproof match containers. I've reviewed it in some of my other videos. Basically in here I just have various vitamins. I have multivitamins, I have vitamin D, vitamin C, and I just have some cotton ball in here so it doesn't rattle around. So as you see, you can't hear anything. Got a couple packets of emergency. I think I got let's see, got 4 packets of emergency. You know, vitamin C is critical for immunity and also for collagen. You know, you don't want to get scurvy. It's hard to find vitamin C in an urban environment, or in general, vitamin C is hard to come by. You know, we're so used to having citrus fruits, but it's hard to find that, you know, if you're in a bug out. So I have 4 of these emergency packets. I'm probably going to add a little more. I'll probably add like 2 more, just to have it. And got a couple packets of liquid IV hydration multiplier. And this just is sodium and potassium. It has 500 milligrams of sodium It has 370 milligrams of potassium, so that's about the same potassium as like a large serving of Greek yogurt. It's got 110% niacin, and it's got 110% vitamin B6, 110% vitamin B12, some pantothenic acid, 110%, and it also has vitamin C. So it's got your B vitamins, it's got your vitamin C, it's got your electrolytes, your potassium and sodium. This is critical because, if you're in a bug out situation, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be using up a lot of electrolytes, so you want to replenish that. So I got a few packets of these, I could put this in my water, or I could just, drink it straight up. I got eight of these Metrex Big 100 meal replacement bars. They have 28 grams of protein, 360 calories, 550 milligrams of potassium. Again, I'm a big fan of potassium. You need your potassium. It's got your multivitamins in here, vitamin B12, all your various vitamins. It's all natural. The protein is a whey protein blend, so it's good high quality protein. See anything else in here? I think that's it. Oh, and I just have I got this little waterproof container here. I'm a big fan of these. You'll see in my other videos. And I'll show you, I got the PS38 military issue Shelby Co. Can openers. I got 3 of them. So, actually 4. I have 4 of them, alright? So just got 4 of these can openers. You never know when you got to open a can. Definitely don't want to use your knife blade. And it's just, these are, why not use them? They're, rather than using your knife or your multi-tool, use these. It'll save your equipment from getting worn out. So definitely recommend getting those. Let's see. Hold on, it's just getting a little tricky to put them back in now. Give me another minute or so here. Let's take a break and drink some coffee or something. Just gonna put these back in here. I don't want to lose anything. Alright. So that's one of my main food items. Got these food items in here. Then I got my food items at the top, my Geiger counter and my ham radio at the top. Same thing with my snacks. At the top of my bag, the stuff that I want quick access to, so I want to have quick access to my snacks, quick access to my Geiger and my ham radio. And then also, I have this Israeli gas mask. I did a review of this on a different video. You can check in the playlist under gear reviews. You can check out my review of the Israeli gas mask. This is a no-brainer. I mean, everybody should have one. Every American citizen should have one. It's a no-brainer. It's $35. Comes with a filter, but I buy separate filters because the ones that come with it, they're usually pretty old, so you want to get a fresh filter. And it takes standard 40 millimeter NATO filters, so you can use this with any filter you want. It comes with a drinking tube as well. I'll show you that in a little while. It's a drinking tube, so if you want to drink your water without taking your mask off, you just hook up a drinking tube. Inside of here, there's a little mouthpiece that you suck the water through. This is a no-brainer, so this will protect me from any kind of NBC or CBRN situation. Then I also got in here, this is just a waterproof pouch, which I can put my ham radio in here and keep it dry, or my cell phone, and it just has a spare battery for my ham radio. It's got a earpiece with a clicker, so if I with a microphone, so if I want to talk and keep things quiet, so if I want to, let's say, monitor frequencies, and I don't want to have it loud, so if I'm like walking around, I don't want to have my ham radio on. Let's say I'm monitoring like public safety frequencies, or I'm monitoring ham radio traffic, or I'm talking on the ham radio. I obviously don't want noise so people hear it. If somebody's around, they're going to hear that, so this will keep it quiet. And then I just got my antenna in here. And then I have this pouch in the back here. I don't know if you could see, there's a little net here. And in here I got a few things that I have quick access to. First is this is just a UCO stormproof match case. And I have 7 cotton balls in here, extra large cotton balls. And these will take a spark from a ferro rod very well, and because it's waterproof and they're dry, very easy to start a fire with that. Alright, and I want that protected inside my pack so it doesn't get crushed. And then in here, this is just a pill bottle from vitamin C pills. And in here I just have some chalk. I'm a power lifter. I used to compete in powerlifting. I'm a weightlifter. And I know firsthand how important it is to have good grip, and chalk can make the big difference between how good of a grip you have, especially if you're climbing something. So I just have some chalk that I broke up, some of my gym chalk from my gym bag. I broke it up into little cubes and I put it in this bottle. And so this way, let's say if I have to climb like a fire escape or some other type of object, I need to climb something, and I need a good grip on it. Let's say my hands are slippery or the surface is slippery, I'll just powder up my hands. Or let's say if I'm climbing a cliff or a rock wall, you want to chalk up your hands and get a good grip. So it's always good to have some chalk. And in here, this is just another one of these aluminum, this is actually very thick. This is probably the thickest one I have. It's got nice knurling on it. And basically in here I have magnesium shavings. Magnesium shavings, if you light it with a, if you hit this with a spark, it'll just go up. You don't need that many. You just put a few very small amount of shavings and it'll ignite. Just a little spark or a little fire, and it'll just go right up. So this is good for lighting if it's wet. If I have a hard time getting a fire started and I don't have dry tinder, then I'm going to take a few of these. I'm going to take some of these shavings, pour it on top of the tinder, and it's going to light very hot. It burns extremely hot, like hotter than like wood, because it's a chemical. Magnesium's a chemical, so it burns very hot, and it'll light basically any kind of wet tinder. So I have this in here. And then finally I got the I'll show you the okay, so yeah, I got that. Let's see what else I have in here. Okay, then I got my canteen inside of a condor pouch. And then in here I just have I did a review on my other condor pouch. In here I just have a this condor pouch is really nice. I have, this is the drinking tube for my Israeli gas mask. I got a bandana. Bandana has multiple uses. Primarily this is going to be for my water filtration. I'm going to use in this orange UCO bottle. I got some activated charcoal, and I could put the activated charcoal a little bit inside of the bandana, and I could put it over my water bottle, and I can filter out any kind of chemicals, because activated charcoal will actually filter out chemicals, petrochemicals, heavy metals, PCBs, whatever, so if I'm in an urban area and I come across a water source, I'm going to run it through the activated charcoal. And activated charcoal, you can reuse it, so when you use it once, don't throw it out. You just just put it back in, and you can reuse it 100 times. If you ever get any kind of poisoning, let's say you get some type of a poisoning, you can also ingest, you can eat some of the activated carbon, and your body will it'll absorb the activated carbon will absorb the toxin, and you'll just poop it out. In here I just have some potable aqua. potable aqua chlorine dioxide. I don't know exactly how many I have, but I have a lot of them, maybe 20 or 30 pills. Should be able to treat a few gallons. I have a wire here. This is just like a steel cable. It's like 150-pound breaking strength. I can use this as a snare, but primarily I can tie it around the mouth of my bottle, and I can use it to hang it over my fire or pick it up out of my fire. I can also use it to drop it into like a water pool. If I can't reach into the water pool, I can tie this around the mouth of my bottle and lower it into like a water pool. And then I just have this fish spreader here, Pathfinder fish spreader. You know, I could use that to take the bottle out of my fire. So I'm just going to close this up here. I'll show you the water bottle. It's a Nalgene bottle. It's got, you know, it's a very good water bottle. It's probably one of the best, I think, out there. It's like 40 ounces. Just checking to make sure it's screwed on here. So with the Nalgene bottle, what I like about the Nalgene bottle, is that the Nalgene bottles have like a little lip over here. I'm not going to show you now, but they have like a little lip, and you can hang your cord, some type of a cord, your paracord or whatever, and you can lower it into a stream or into a water pool that you can't reach, you know. And then I also have this cup, stainless steel cup. Got a let's see here, Ollie Camp stainless steel cup, 16 ounce, graduations up to 16 ounces, or measurements. And you can check more detailed review in my I did a video about it in my see, what video was that? That was the 12x5 Maxpedition bottle holder video. I did a review of all this stuff, so you can check that out. I go into detail about my water kit. Alright, so that's that. Check out my video about my water kit. It should be in there. I got two containers of some Trader Joe's yellowfin tuna. You know, just for some protein and some good fats, you know, just for some taste. You know, when you're in a bug out situation, you may want a morale boost. You know, obviously these Metrex bars, they're very healthy, but you know, it's going to be getting old to eat the same food all the time, the Metrex bar. So this tuna will just give me a little morale boost. It's good healthy protein, and it's light. You want to get it with oil. If you get any tuna in your pack, you want to get your metal container so it doesn't. They have those pouches, but the pouches, they can get cut, you know, they could easily get punctured. So I prefer just a good old-fashioned tin can, you know, and just, you know, get the ones with the oil. The oil will give you extra calories. Then in here, I just have this, this is just like a tin from a German candy, and in here I just have Gorilla Tape. Just have a roll of Gorilla Tape. You know, Gorilla Tape has multiple uses. Then in here, I have a hygiene kit. It's another one of these canvas ditty bags. I like them because I can organize everything. In here, I just have an inflatable pillow. It's a Pillow X. Pillow X. It's a Climate. Climate makes very good. I have the Climate sleeping pad, but it's made by Climate. It's just an inflatable pillow. You know, I probably wouldn't use this in most situations, but it's good to have. You never know if you get a chance to. You know, you basically blow it up. It takes like 3 blows. You know, and it's already filled up. It's about 3 inches thick, and it's got like an X in the middle, so you can put your head in the X and it crooks it. It's very comfortable. I've actually used this before when I've been to my relative's house and they didn't have good pillows. I brought this, you know, so you never know when you're gonna need an inflatable pillow. You know, in most situations you probably wouldn't want to use this if it's like a real SHTF, but you know, you never know. I mean, you may want to have some, you want to feel like you're human every once in a while, and you know, you may get tired of sleeping on your backpack or resting your head against the wall, you know, or laying on the ground. Every once in a while you may want to feel human. So, and plus it's because it's inflatable, it'll keep your head off the ground, and it'll, you know, it'll actually provide some insulation too. So it's got some, you know, functionality as well. And in here in this container I have some toilet paper, compressed toilet paper. They're just like little pucks. I'll show you what they look like. Very small. Basically with this puck, what you do is you wet it, you put a little water on it, and then you can open it up and expand it, you know, and this will expand into maybe like a 10 by 12 inch piece of paper, you know. So instead of putting rolls of toilet paper, you know, you can carry a bunch of these pucks. You just got to make sure you have it in a waterproof container, because if it gets wet then it's useless. So I got this little pill bottle here, and you know, I have probably about 20 of them, so I got plenty of toilet paper probably for a month. Let's see, what else do I got? I got a miniature toothbrush, you know, just a travel toothbrush here. Let's see, travel toothbrush, you know. All right, I got some small Colgate toothpaste. This is 2.5 ounces. You know, this could last, like, this with little tube, it looks very little, but you can make it last like a month or 2 months if you know, really know what you're doing. Then I just have a roll of floss. You know, dental hygiene is important. And nail clipper. All right, you don't want to get ingrown toenails. So you know, remember your dental hygiene. That's very important. You know, you definitely want to keep up on your dental hygiene. So you know, and your nails and stuff like that. You know, you don't want to have like ingrown toenails or anything. You know, that's going to be bad. You know, dental hygiene is critical. You know, you definitely want to have some kind of way of flossing your teeth, especially flossing, you know, and at least a toothbrush. If you don't want to carry toothpaste, that's fine, but at least a toothbrush. You know, you want to brush your teeth, and you know, you don't want to let yourself go, because then, you know, you can get infections, you can get gum disease, you know. So, you know, definitely want to keep your teeth clean and your mouth clean. So that's my hygiene kit. Almost done, guys. And then in here I have let's see, I forgot what was in here. Oh, here's my emergency sewing kit. So, you know, you can see a more detailed review of this if you go on let's see, I don't remember where I put that under, but you should be able to find a video that I did of my sew and repair kit. So I just got a roll of Kevlar, 130-pound test. It's 33 yards of Kevlar cord, which I use. This could be used for many things, for snares, I could braid it together and make paracord. But in my sewing kit, this is if I would use this to stitch together my boots or my backpack or any other kind of clothing. I would stitch it with the Kevlar. I have aluminum capsule, another one. In here I have a tube of shoe glue and 2 tubes of super glue. I got a spare pair of Kevlar shoelaces. You know, you definitely want Kevlar shoelaces. Are very good because they're abrasion resistant. So I just keep a spare pair, and then I also switch all of my boots to Kevlar shoelaces because they're just superior to regular boot laces. In here I just have some heavy duty sewing needles. So, you know, you never know if you got to make some repairs. You know, the last thing you want to be is far away from home and something tears on you and you have no way of repairing it. You know, you definitely don't want to be in that position. So, you know, you should at least have some glue. You know, super glue has many different uses, and you know, sewing needles, it doesn't weigh anything. You know, And I think last but not least is just some batteries. You know, I'll show you the batteries that I keep. Got some 2032s for the key lights. Got 4 of them. I have this Surefire battery keeper, waterproof battery keeper. I have 6 CR123 batteries in them. CR123 batteries are also easy to scavenge, so are the 2032s. That's why I included those lights. And then I have another waterproof bottle holder, and in here I have a 18650 Phoenix 18650 2500 milliohm rechargeable. This is for my tactical light, which I have a Phoenix TK09 tactical light, and that would be my primary self-defense light. I'm not going to show it to you now, but basically I keep that on my waist, you know, so if I have to deal with a threat or illuminate something with a very bright light, you know, then I just have a AAA battery for my UV light. So, you know, the Phoenix TK09, it's primarily, that's my self-defense light, and I don't have it here with me, but I would wear that on my waist. You know, so pretty sure that's everything. Did I get everything? Yeah. So I pretty much got everything, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it's kind of a long video, but I wanted to make sure that, you know, I explained everything to you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless, and just remember that Jesus Christ loves you. He loves all of us. He died for us, and be thankful for everything you have. Be happy. You know, enjoy every day that you have. You know, enjoy your friends, enjoy your loved ones, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. All right, guys. See you soon.